Do you wish your oscilloscope had more vertical resolution? The MX-05 oscilloscope utilizes a 12-bit ADC, 16 times more vertical resolution than 8-bit ADCs, and available at all sample rates. In addition, the scope has HD mode, which increases vertical resolution up to 18 bits by reducing noise via bandwidth filters. Let's take a look. Here, we've zoomed into a sine wave to see additional detail. By turning on HD mode, it is super easy to see the AM modulation. With this 18-bit architecture, see signal details that other scopes miss. Check out Rohde & Schwarz MXO oscilloscopes in your lab. See the difference.
Have you found that your current scope simply won't trigger on small signals? Rohde & Schwarz MX-05 series oscilloscopes can trigger on signals as small as 1/1000th of a vertical division thanks to digital triggering. Let's take a look. The digital trigger gives you full control of the trigger level and how much hysteresis you would like. Hysteresis is the amount of additional signal swing beyond the trigger level required for a valid trigger. Scopes with analog triggers do not allow you to manually change the hysteresis. Rohde & Schwarz scopes with a digital trigger like the MX-05 allow for this adjustment. Our hysteresis is currently set to 100 millivolts. We will select the minimum value of 0 volts. We can now reliably trigger on signals even smaller. Check out Rohde & Schwarz MXO oscilloscopes in your lab. See the difference.
Do you want your scope to make more accurate measurements? Measurement noise from a scope causes measurement accuracy errors. The more noise, the more inaccurate the measurements are. A quick way to characterize instrument noise is to disconnect all inputs and measure the thickness of the signal. Let's take a look. Users often care about noise at the most sensitive vertical settings, and the MX-05 scope has the lowest noise floor in its class at 1 millivolt per division. Observe the standard deviation of the noise, about 140 microvolts at this particular setting. This is important because a scope can never measure a signal that is lower than its own noise floor. By using a low noise scope like the MX-05, all automated measurement values will be more accurate, ensuring precise results. Check out the Rohde & Schwarz MXO oscilloscopes in your lab. See the difference.
Are you struggling to accurately measure power rails as rail voltages and tolerances become smaller? Consider the MX-05 series. Noise from your scope and probe add measurement uncertainty. Probe loading can change your rail voltage. RF views are often needed when looking across signal integrity influence on power integrity measurements. Let's take a look at how the MX-05 series provides a better solution. The scope has minimal noise, even at small vertical settings. I'm using a power rail probe to minimize probe loading. This probe includes a highly accurate probe meter that shows the DC value. Use triggering to look at signal detail, like this coupled periodic disturbance. The superior spectrum capabilities allow the scope to isolate signals coupled onto the power rail. Check out Rohde & Schwarz MXO oscilloscopes in your lab. See the difference.
Does audible noise from your scope frustrate both you and your colleagues? Meet the MX-05 series oscilloscope. It is so quiet you won't know it's on. The scope's fans are whisper quiet. Measured 1 meter in front of the scope, audible noise is just 34 dBA. This noise level lies between the rustling of leaves and a soft whisper. Now, you'll be able to better concentrate on your tasks. Enjoying the sound of silence? Check out Rohde & Schwarz MXO oscilloscopes in your lab. Hear the difference.